And we're live. No, sorry, not yet. Maybe someday. Um, this is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon and Flat Earth Homeland, but mainly, OzArk, Plateau, Remnant, Relocation, Association Headquarters. That's what as far as I'm concerned, this is not a funny farm. It's not a hobby farm. It is OzArk Plateau Headquarters. OzArk Plateau, Remnant Relocation Headquarters, period, end of story. Yeah, that map there in the picture there, I just had that up there because that's from back when, before I drew all over it. And later I actually drew in the actual plateau. I have somewhere, I found some digital copies of that. The map itself is shot, faded, water faded. And I've been trying to get another copy made. Oh well, maybe someday. Redo it. So the reason I have it up there is because, a lot of people, subscribers, some of them are newer subscribers, some of them, some of y'all have been with me and kind of sort of understand where I'm going, what I'm doing, how my brain works or doesn't work, as the case may be on any given day. But basically, what you're seeing there is a big picture, okay? And that's what I'm dealing with and have been my entire life. And it goes back to, like I said, before I was born. And my friend Bill says, yeah, I've been an air breather for 69 years, and I've been a air breather and water breather for 69 years and 9 months. You breathe water for 9 months. Anyway, so it's a big picture. I understand that, but I can't change it. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm stuck with. That region that you see there on that map is, as far as I'm concerned, capable of taking in a lot of people. Total population with what's already here, people already here, and people coming in, could probably support 50 million people. That's a 5 and a 0, yes. So that's just what I'm looking at. So, that being said, there is no way that everybody can possibly follow everything, and I understand that. I've had, people tell me, I'm not stupid. People have been professional accountants, professional scientists, professional, whatever even in education. I've had guys one guy was an international banker, had to know the customs, taxes, laws, rules, rates of exchange in something on the order of 100, and I think he did business in 130 countries. If that might not be right, but that's what figure sticks in my head. Another guy did work for Chubb Insurance all around the earth, and they were both, I'm not going to go on. I'm just kind of just giving some examples of people that are, brilliant people, and I've been given something to do. I can't even hardly try to explain it. But my point is this: is that same thing that I did, and I've said this back when I made the statement in 1993. A lot of people are going to die because they thought they were smart enough to think for themselves. Now, people insult me saying, "Oh, so you think you're smart enough?" But no, what I said after that, and guys did that on a group. Preparing but not afraid. This guy, every time I say something, every time I post something, this guy gets on and attacks me and tells me I'm scum. He's a troll. The owner will not get rid of him and will not let anybody post. So the group is pretty well shut down. But it's an archive of probably 90% of a lot of my writings back when I did write. My point is that what I was saying when I said that was I did that. My next words were, I did that, and that's how I ended up where I'm at. Because I took the advice and I listened to someone who had more experience in life than I did. That's how we ended up in Kansas and later in Missouri. So my point is this, is that you can't possibly, there's very few people that can digest massive amounts of information. Fact. There's a lot of them out there that are trying to. A lot of people think they're doing a good job of it, but they're like, whatever. They're doing what they can do. Okay? I'm just trying to get across the point that without like trying to sound insanely crazy or, stuck up or anything, but I'm just saying, I've digested a lot of information. My whole methodology since I got on internet was to digest information and make it available. If you had seen the thousands upon thousands of emails I've sent out, that's what I started doing, and I would just digest everything and make hot links, so people could just go click to access information. Right now I'm pretty well just doing a lot of YouTube stuff. I try to put the links in there, but if I had some help, I could do a hell of a lot more. But I'm not getting, any help. So that sucks. But my point is this, if you feel like I'm addressing too many topics, too bad, sorry. You don't have to understand them all. You don't have to digest them all. And I have this up just because, I want to just point out right on this page, I had that up, listen to this call. Please listen to this call. Please listen to this call. Please listen to this call. I'm going to say that every night this week. 712-432-9901 is the playback number. Participation code 407770 pound. And then the call is last week's call. This last Sabbath's call. You put 0 pound. Boom. Listen to the call. 6 to fast forward, 4 to rewind, 5 to pause. Okay, so then where I wanted to go was that my point that you don't have to digest everything. You don't have to understand everything. It comes down to what are we called in Scripture as a body of people? What are we called? Come on. Sheep. Why? Sheep are really stupid, aren't they? Yeah, they are. We are all, like sheep, have gone astray. We've all gone to our own lust and done our own thing, and at some point or another we've fallen. We are easily deceived. So deal with it, admit it. The thing of pride is like, oh, I'm so smart, I'm so intelligent, I'm a highly intelligent life form, I'm a blah, 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 I do research. Get real, I'm sorry. A lot of people that think that are just kidding themselves, and they're the only person they're kidding. They're not kidding the devil, they're not kidding God, and they're not kidding me. So it would be ludicrous. It would be laughable if it wasn't sad. And it's not funny, it's sad. So just deal with reality, Play the hand you're given, admit what you are. We're sheep. Deal with it. If you need to follow somebody, follow them. And that's what I've done. That's why I got here. I'm not saying I'm smarter than anybody else. In fact, I'm polymathic. I like to use it as an adjective because I'm not a polymath. I knew a kid he was a polymath. He had a business card, blah, 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 polymath, musician, scientist, mathematician, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I've dabbled in a lot of things, not music much, but, my brain is polymathic. I didn't know that till 20 or 30 or 40 decades into my marriage. 20 or 30 or 40 years. About 30 years into my marriage, I met Galen Chadwick, and he listened to me talk, blather, for about 15 minutes. He goes, oh, you're a polymath, just kind of as an aside. And I was like, polymath, what the hell is that? Went home, looked it up, and I'm like, yep, that's me. Guilty as charged. So it doesn't mean you're smarter. It just means you suck in information from everywhere. Okay? So my point is this, and I'm just going to leave it at this. I'm going to make a point, and I'm going to state it without trying to sound, too arrogant or whatever. I have covered probably 2,000 different topics so that you don't have to. Now, you have two choices. You can either listen and try to understand. You don't really have to understand that much. You just have to do. We don't need to understand everything. We just need to trust and obey. That's what it comes down to. It's one thing I tried for 38 years of marriage. I tried to get that across to my wife. Your position is to obey your husband. Trust and obey. And it's real simple. They're just two simple orders. Trust, have faith that God is in control and that Jesus, Yeshua, is the head of this family and that I'm your head. He's my head, I'm your head. Pretty simple. Have faith and then just do what you're told. Obey. Real simple, But for most Christians, that's impossible. They don't want to obey. We refuse to obey. We refuse to listen. We refuse to learn. We got to go out and piss on the electric fence ourselves. Okay. So be it. You break the laws of Torah. You break the laws of cleanliness. You break the laws of, how to deal with manure and whatever, and then disease comes back on you. Just the way it is. Doesn't matter whether it's animal manure or people manure. It comes back on you. Excrement happens, as Forrest Gump would say. So, my point is, I have done research for a lot of decades. And when I met my partner, tuning element, Sean Martinez, and he grilled me for like an hour and a half, came out to my house. I had told my family, my wife and my oldest son, the two helpers who should have been helping me, were constantly mocking me and making fun of me and telling me I was a bum and everything. And I said, well, someday I'm going to get paid to do people's thinking for them. And my son said, well, I make $20 an hour, and I said, $30, whatever. I said, well, if you're worth that, then I'm worth $200 an hour. Well, for 5 years, Sean Martinez stood in my living room and said, I know business, I know accounting, I know math, I know sales, I got business. I need somebody to do the science, the knowledge. I need somebody to do my thinking for me in so many words. And he paid me basically $200 an hour for 5 years because of the amount of time that I spent doing what he wanted me to do. Anyway, I covered a lot of territory in that time. A lot of territory. And things have happened that have been miraculous and I believe providential and angelic. God has messengers, angels are messengers, and they tell us things. All I'm going to say at this point is that I've done a lot of research, and I guess for those people who want to help me and to support this ministry and this work, and it's research and development. I mean, it's in my blood. I'm sorry. For ever since I got online, I've been buying stuff and testing stuff and designing stuff and making stuff and proving that it worked and then moving on. About every single week, you figure for 10 years. There's 50 weeks in a year. Give me a couple breaks. 500 different products at least I've tested, proven, designed, bought the stuff, built it, it worked, and move on. So, in a lot of cases, it's just knowing what's in it and how to do it and make it even cheaper. Like that thing you see right there. They're cheap. Buy them now. Stainless steel darts for fishing, boom. They're cheap. Buy them now. Can you make them? Sure you can make them, but it's going to take you a lot more labor to make it than it would to just buy it. So right now, buy it, but know how to make it. That's the point. I can do that. So I'm just going to go through these a little bit and keep talking. So my point is that if you want to help support, this ministry and this, I screwed that one up. That one there, though, is New York. It is from New York. It is from the United States. There's 5 of them, $25, $5 a piece. Buy them. Get some, try them out. The same with this thing here. That's La Puente, California. $4. Stick it on your sink. Drink structured water. Filtered structured water. All right, so my point is, I am telling you, I have done the research, and I'm talking research worth not thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars, billions of dollars, okay? And there's a system that I was given to build, that I want to build, and this is a good place to do it. I'm gonna look into actually doing it. I've only built it one time. It, as far as I could tell, it worked miraculously. Sometime I'll tell the story. I'm not going to do it now. But for protection, property protection, better than a German Shepherd, better than machine guns, better than any barbed wire fence, better than a concertina wire, better than a whole bunch of armed guards. Okay, property protection. Not going to say any more about it. But the thing of it is, there's 1,000, at least, probably 1,000 devices that are out there. I mean, I'm talking about 500 things that I personally thought up, proved, tested, studied. You know, some of them may be gone by the wayside because I can't remember them. But if the need arises, I'll hopefully remember them. This thing here I bought, tested, great. The basket, you know, filters water. It it adjusts the pH of the water. It's an ionizer, negative ionizer system. So now here's the other thing I want to say. The other night, after Sabbath, I was so, this is an admission, okay, I'm going to admit to my addiction. A lot of people they're addicted to alcohol, they're addicted to drugs, they're addicted to sex, they're addicted to gambling, they're addicted to drugs, you know. I'm just conditioned, addicted, whatever, to doing research and development, okay? So I've not done much of it since divorce 3 years ago. I've done what I could, you know, female urinary devices, salt pipes. I mean, I've continued to do stuff. I could maybe think about one really great thing I did, but whatever, irrelevant at this point in time. So that call, I ask you again, tell you, command you, listen, I adjure you in the name of Yeshua and Jesus Christ, listen to that call. But I was so elated that night, I mean, late into the night, and of course I've known this is a bad thing to do when you're addicted to something, you know, don't get near that thing when your defenses are down, you know. Don't go gambling when you're really tired or when you're really drunk, or don't do something when you're really, don't go driving. Drinking and driving that's an addiction. There's a high to it, you know. Your endorphins or whatever, your judgment is lessened. So when you're really tired, your judgment's down. And okay, I admit that the other day I was so elated, and of course I was wired, and you know, even though I was extremely tired from not having enough sleep, I don't hardly ever get enough sleep. But I, you know, got on eBay and I doing research. Okay, so I got some things. I haven't even added up the damages yet. I'm afraid to. But I got this thing here. I got I don't think. I got a couple of these, to the ones from where they had 3 different types. I got those. Not much, you know. Those are like less than $10. Pretty sure I didn't get that or that. I mean, that thing I know. I've proven that. If you get, I'm just telling you, everybody that listens to me, you don't have to wait for me to pick them up. Get one of those. Try it out yourself. Get a pH meter. Test the pH in it. It racked the pH from the water we were testing was pretty neutral. I'm thinking 6. It went from 6 or 7 or whatever the water started out with. We were testing. My partner and I did a massive amount of bottled water testing, Dasani and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We tested about 10 or 15 different kinds. One of them was pretty good. But anyway, this thing took that pH like 9.5 in, 30 seconds or so. So I bought one of those. This thing is trick, awesome, phenomenal. And that for $29 is the equivalent of Clayton Nolte's $329, natural action water technology. These people do not need to do this. They got his thing is a Durand Interstellar. You notice the thing up there? Stellar, Durand Interstellar in California. They do electronics, a lot of different kinds of electronics for stage lighting and stuff. I mean, they do sell high dollar stuff. This guy, because he's not looking to make money on this, doesn't need to make money on it, doesn't need to rape and pillage, as it were. This is pretty reasonable, and I'm really hoping for high things from it, because it's basically the same idea as the natural look at a stream, the water flows over rocks, it twists, it swirls, it vortexes, it spins, up and down, back and forth, right, left, clockwise, counterclockwise, boom, 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 boom. This thing has 3 different vortexing chambers. The water goes down, comes back up. I mean, I don't even understand how that thing works quite. But there's minerals or something in it. There's I think, frequency imprinted, and you can put colloidal silver or silver wire down the center hole there. So, $79. I mean, I was like, you're kidding me. That's just awesome. So, I'm just telling you on those things, just buy one. Now, these people have this clicks into your refrigerator type thing. Is those hard steel tubes that your water filter goes into. That's click those little shark bites. Boom boom, click that in. That's what that's for. If you want one that's like a whole house or under the sink that uses a 3/8 water tubing, then you have to get the other one, bigger one. And it's $129, something like that. Compared that little pyramid thing, $29, to that, $315. Big difference. Okay, and like I said, that blue thing here, you can see I got it to come up the other day. There you go. I'm thinking that thing has maybe 12 spheres in it. I see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I can see 10 of them, because I know they're 2 by 2. They're, offset 90 degrees. There's another company that uses 3, and their devices are uglier than that, but cheaper. And I'll pull those up in a minute. Other things is grounding. I'm just going to go through these quick. Stick a rod in the ground, stick a wire in the ground. I don't care. Get a number 10 steel wire, or number 10 copper wire. It's stiff enough. Strip off about 6 to 8 to 10 inches. Punch a hole in the ground. Stick it down in there. Tamp the dirt back down. Make sure it's where it's going to get wet. Or test your plug on the inside. 2 amber lights light up. You're grounded. Stick a wire in the wall. Stick that in the wall, or plug into your pillow or your mat. Boom, done. You're grounded. You're healing. The second that you're not grounded, you're demineralizing. The second that your body is not grounded, you're dying. I mentioned that to my youngest son, and he goes, "That means, Dad, when you're grounded, you're lifening." And I'm like, God, I love kids, So personal unit, same thing, filter. Okay, it's made with obvious PVC fittings, but hey, pretty nicely done. $139 instead of $300, and this has 3 spheres in it. And they talk about everything in nature being in 3s. Okay, and I really like this one. Plus, these people imprint it with frequency, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The garden hose unit, about $400. Whole house unit, under sink shower, $269. Apartment, $489. Irrigation sprinkler, $298. And I didn't do the house one. Down at the bottom there left, I think it's $500 or $600. So compared to Clayton Nolte for 1,000, was it? Pushing 1,000. Now, for some reason, I did that twice. I have no idea why. All right, whatever. But personal unit. It's basically a funnel, So, not too shabby. Okay, how it works, what I wanted to say, the 3s, yeah. I'm just going to flip through here, so just give me a break here. No moving parts. The water you put through it is the machine. The water is your moving parts. It's what brings the water to that place of being free to do what it is meant to do. In nature, 3 represents perfect balance, comprehend and copy biomimicry, the toroidal vortex, okay? So you have, instead of 2, you've got 3 offset 120 degrees. 120, 120, 120 makes 360, right? Yep, okay. So it also mimics a water molecule. Water molecules are offset at about 120 degrees. The closer you can get water to 120 degrees, the more perfect it is, because your electrons are offset a little bit. So you don't have to understand any of this. You don't have to understand any of this. Just get one of these units, get that one. Try it out. I'm just saying, just do it. Get one of. If you can afford it, if you got $300, buy one of them. $79. Put that into a. That goes into only a filter. The little hard plastic tubes that go into your like refrigerator, water filter type thing. That's what that's made for. Get one of those. $29. I think everybody here can afford one of them. Okay. Now I've given you a lot of information. I've given it to you free. Don't muzzle the ox. Send me some money. Seriously. I mean, $20, $10. Everybody listen to this can send me $10. Do it. PayPal, dmnds2001@yahoo.com. Or write me, send me an email at that. I can I'll give you my, I'm not going to give it out over here, but I'll give you the address. You can send something. You can PayPal me money, call me, whatever. You can Walmart to Walmart. You can walk into any Walmart in the country, give them money. I can walk into any Walmart here and get it. I don't even need to have my driver's license, although I do have a driver's license. But if you want to send money to somebody, you can actually just have a code, question and answer thing, like, who is the Lord God, the God of Elijah, or who is the God that created the universe, the God of the Bible, whatever. It can just be question and answer. The person sends you a text, or you send me a text saying, here's the question, here's the answer, boom, walk in, get the money. Driver's license, whatever. Proof of whatever, your phone number. Anyway, buy these things. Don't dink around. These things here are phenomenal. They are miraculous. Okay? That thing there would be awesome. It's got zeolite. This is primarily a filter, but because of those little spheres, the water is going to do all that spinning and whatever. Okay, the zeolite and the calcium are going to do that, and then the carbon's going to freshen up the taste. So, anyway, that's all I'm saying is, you don't need to understand all this stuff, and you don't need to try to process it all. I've done it, And if you don't trust me, then go find another channel to listen to. If you don't like me, go find another channel to listen to. I'm doing what I've been given to do, and what I've been given to do, one of the things is to process information and put it out there for people. And you don't need to understand everything. If you want to help me do some of the research, that's wonderful. Love it. Do it. If you want to have any input, that's great. But that's where I'm heading, is right there with the, the OzArk Plateau there. That is my overriding concern, and that's what we're trying to deal with, is bring as many people in there as possible with as many resources as possible, and keep them all alive. I personally have enough stashes of things, devices, and material, silver wire, let's say, and other things to make certain powerful antibiotic things to keep everybody in that region alive. So you want to help support that idea? Great. You want to help personally come here, relocate here, and help me? Wonderful, do it. But in the meantime, I got needs. I got to get some things done. And, I'm just saying, if 50 people listen to this, and send me $10 a piece, whatever, just do it. I'm just asking you, Now, some of you have been great, and I'm not asking you guys. Some of you have been helping out on a fairly regular basis, or if you've contributed once or twice, and that I'm not talking to you. I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty. I'm just saying I'm putting information out. Pay for it. There's a lot of other videos out there, but there's just a huge amount of things that I've processed personally, and things that I have on the back burner to build when people get here. If I can ever get somebody to come here and do something to help, man, oh man, oh man. I designed a whole grounding system, and my wife and a partner were selling it for quite a while, and I think they still do, but they just dink around with it. I told them, I said, hey, let's take these sticks here. What my partner and I did, look up tuning element. It was a frequency driven thing, product, and I told them, I said, hey, let's take these things here, and we'll do frequency in them. I said, I told them how to go about doing it. And they went right against everything I said, and I said, well, then forget it. It was just stupid. These things here, this company here, okay, they're in New York. They're bringing them in from China. But 5 for $25, good price, Imprint those with frequency. Ooh, boy, So anyway, that's where it's at. That's what I'm looking at, and just give me a hand and help out, and I'll appreciate it. then I'm just going to leave it at that, you know. I mean, I'm just done with it. It's either going to happen or it's not. But I said last night, I'm not going to continue the way I am right now. I'm just not going to do it. I can't. I won't. It's just too, you know, it'll kill me. And a lot of you are telling me you need to take care of yourself. Yeah, that's true. I've known that for years. Well, I need some help taking care of myself. And some of you are doing that. So I'm not asking you for more help. But I know I need to stay alive. And the way things are going right now ain't helping. Not helping. Way too much stress. But I just got some I probably can't read that, but stress away. Essential oil. So, anyway, that's it. Shut up. All right, I've gone long enough. All right, and I appreciate it, and I apologize, but I'm just trying to get some stuff out there, and I want to get some sleep. So yep, did it again. Past midnight. All right, but I am going for a walk every day, so I'm doing as many things as I can, as I possibly can, and just trying to make things happen. I'm hoping for some help here. Ooh. Anyway, John gets here. I will be tickled at least just to get together with him once in a while and have a good time and do some talking and planning, because he's a upper echelon, strategic, somewhat, thinker. So that'll be good. All right. And, really more than anything, I really, 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 request prayer, because that is what is everything's going to gel. Everything's going to come together. So I'll just leave you with this little thought. A group of people one time went to Metropolitan Tabernacle Pulpit, knocked on the door, chubby little kid answered the door, and they said, "We want to meet Charles Spurgeon. We're here to meet Charles Spurgeon." And he goes, "Well, let me show you the heating room, the heating system here." And they're like, "Dude, you aren't even a little kid. We want to meet Charles Spurgeon." So he takes him down to the basement, and he opens this room, and there's 600 people in this room on their knees praying. And he said, "This is where the fire, the heat from this church comes from. Power of the Holy Spirit in prayer." And he goes, "Oh, by the way, my name is Charles Spurgeon." Chubby little ornery kid. One time an old lady, Scottish lady, berated him for being so humorous. And he goes, "Hey, you're far too humorous for the pulpit. You're too funny." And he goes, "Ma'am, if you knew how much I kept in, you'd be complimenting me how much I held in." So anyway, all right. But prayer is what's going to bring us through, so I appreciate everything. All right, good night. Bye-bye. 33 minutes again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did that last night. I almost went to. I'm just going to wait, What I got to do here? I got to say one more thing here somewhere, there you go. Little triangular pyramidal thing. Good night. Bye-bye.